ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of Hustle One-on-One, brought to you by hustleunderdog.com. Today I have with me somebody who I met on Instagram a while back, and I noticed, I checked out the bio. He was definitely doing this thing. It was some things in the bio that definitely caught my attention. First things first, is six-figure Amazon seller, YouTuber, pushing content there. And then, diving through the YouTube rabbit hole, I seen you got a video. You made 67K flipping phones in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I have Nick Dillahunt with me.
Hey, how you doing?
Everything's good, man. So, I gave you a brief bio, but tell the people what you do.
Yeah, so basically started off flipping phones. I started out with other online businesses. They didn't really work out. The only thing that really worked out was phones, and I just went deep dive inside it. And so I just started flipping phones in 2017, 2018. 2018 was the year where I went pretty much full time at it. And yeah, just started doing flipping phones, started to scale 1, 3, 5, 8K a month, and it hit 10K a month. So I just started going and going and going. And then I got introduced into Amazon, and then that's how I got into Amazon. And I started to do that.
Nice. I tried flipping phones back in like early 2013. So I would go on Craigslist and put ads like "we buy phones" or whatever like that, and then people would hit me and say, bad ESN. I wouldn't lowball them, but I would get it for a good price, take it over to eBay, and do my thing. Is that similar, like the same model you follow?
Yeah, that's basically the same thing I do. The best profit margins are bad ESN. I don't know if they know that. It's basically a finance phone, and you just buy it for cheap, resell it back on eBay. So that's the best profit. It comes from finance phones, stuff like that, crack phones too.
Nice, man. So the numbers that you're doing tells me you live in an area. I think you live in New York, right?
No, I live in North Carolina. It's a military town, so it's not very big. I mean, there's about 80,000, 100,000 people here. So most of my phone customers are Marines. So it's a lot of military over here.
Oh, wow. Tell me about some of the failures you have with other online businesses. I think a lot of people who try online business, it's a lot of bad information out there. So things like affiliate marketing seem super easy until you get into it and you're like, everybody's trying to sell you a course on how to do this and that. Tell me about some of the failures you've had.
So the first thing I started is I came across Ty Lopez, and I started my social media marketing, all that stuff. You go to a local business, charge them $500 a month or $1,000 a month or $997, and just 10 clients, you make 10K a month. So I thought that was easy. So I went ahead, tried it, opened up my LLC. Didn't go well at all. People were just turning me away. I'm not gonna make excuses, but location is everything. I do want to say that, but yeah, that didn't really work out that well. I did get one client, but I had to drive all the way to Washington D.C. So I'm in North Carolina. Washington D.C. is about 6 hours away. So I did it. I'm still in school. I was like a senior. Yeah, I was a senior, and so took the day off school, drove to DC, shook some hands, came back. Finally, someone said yes, signed him up for $697 a month. Did that for a couple of months. It just wasn't my thing. I mean, he had a little bit success and stuff like that, but I had to manage him and then go out and try to get more clients. So I had to do cold calls, and that wasn't really going well. So I just stopped doing that.
When you
What else did I do? I did affiliate marketing. I
Okay.
came across ODI Productions and tried that a little bit. It didn't really work out. I made some sales, but I spent Facebook ads, spent like $200, made like $20 back. It didn't work out, so I didn't have the liquid to keep on trying stuff like that.
Yeah.
What else did I try? Almost tried private labeling. I was just trying to find something that was consistent. I didn't care what it was. I just knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I wanted to do something that was consistent. And
Right.
that's how I stumbled upon phones. I finally found phones. It worked. I was hooked. Bought a phone for $50, sold it for $100. So after fees and stuff, that's $80. So it's like $30 profit. I was just hooked after that first flip. I was just hooked, and I just scaled from there.
Yo, real quick, you mentioned you said you were in school, a senior. Were you a senior in high school or a senior in college?
Here in high school.
How old are you?
20.
You doing six figures at 20, man? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, that's incredible, man. Um, tell me about some of your tell me about some of your first hustles that you did. Like what did you try before all of this? Has everything always been online based or have you been an entrepreneur from the start?
Yeah, middle school was the one selling snacks. I would buy the big things from Walmart. It was like chocolate, Starburst in it. It was like $30, but it came with no, actually it was $20, but it came with 30 pieces of candy. So I'll go around, sell it to all the football players for $1. Did that, sell some
Yeah,
snacks, did that, and then I when I my mom I got my permit and I begged my mom to use her car and I would take my lawnmower, I would take the hinges off and fold my lawnmower like halfway, the rail that, yeah, I
yeah,
fold that halfway, put it in the trunk, and then I went on Craigslist and like local yard sales and stuff like that. And then I just had Bandit signs and I would be offer a lawn care service. So
yeah.
that's was my like first gig. I was like 15 years old doing that.
Yeah. For people that don't know what bandit signs are, tell us a little bit.
Yeah, Bandit Signs is really you get it on like cheapbanditsigns.com. And literally it can. I suggest do not put your business name because people don't care. If you're doing something like flipping phones or lawn care, just put your phone number as the biggest font because obviously they want to call you. Phone number as the biggest font, and then say what it is. Lawn care service. We buy phones. Just make it really simple, and then you just put it anywhere. You can put it on um, in the ground, so you can buy the hinges that go in the ground, the metal hinges. You can put it on like signs, like I don't know, really like light poles and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, cops will take it down, but you just got to put it in the right places to where cops really don't care. It's really out of city limits that work really good.
Perfect. Thanks for explaining that, man. So you did all of that. You jumped in the phones, and then you got introduced to Amazon. Tell me a little bit about your journey with Amazon.
So yeah, Amazon. I went to LA with a couple of my buddies, and they are my business partner right now. But I went to LA. This guy, he was near my age, and he said he did Amazon, but he was like doing like at least 1 million in sales, and I was like, wow, like 1 million in sales. And I was like, can you explain it? And he explained it. He broke it down, and basically, what caught my eye was how much time he was putting in to get that much sales. I'm flipping phones. I'm over here flipping phones, running back and forth, going to meeting people at Starbucks, Walmart, come back, package it up. And he's telling me that he did 1 million in sales and he doesn't have to go nowhere. He doesn't deal with customer refunds, any questions, like all that stuff is done by Amazon. The only thing that he does is buy low, sell high. And I was like, I got to figure that out. I got
Yeah.
started doing that a little bit. Basically, I would say I got the information like from a course. So I did buy a course, and
Okay.
I started like that. Bought a course, started like that, and my first inventory purchase was about 8,000, and it didn't work out well. I got 6,000 back. So yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. So
You
my first order was 8,000, got 6,000 back. Didn't work. But my thing was, if I just stuck with it, like phones and stuff like that, if I stuck with it, I would figure it out. And eventually I figured it out. So what I did was I started reaching out. Your network is your net worth. So I started reaching out to six-figure, second, seven-figure sellers, and they started to tell me like, hey, you got to do this, got to do that, got to do this. And I listened, like I actually listened. I pay for their time sometimes, and I actually
yeah.
listen. And so I don't know. I just went through some. It's a lot of startup costs. I'm not gonna lie. You have to start with at least now that I do it and I know it from the back of my hand. I
Okay.
at least try to tell people $2,000 to start. So try to tell them $2,000 to start. But you need some upfront capital. But once you get the ball rolling, it's very worth it. It's really I love it. Like I just put in reorders and look to my email Monday through Friday, and I just pick what I want, and I just keep on reordering. Now it's just all about scaling. Now I'm just working on scaling this year.
So I don't think I know because I looked it up on your profile, but I don't think you mentioned it. So you do wholesale, right?
Yes, Amazon wholesale.
Are you using Amazon FBA, or like tell me a little bit about what so from start to finish, like what does the process look like for you? You place an order and then what happens?
So the process is you have a supplier, so you have a distributor, and they get stuff from manufacturers. So there's a manufacturer, it's Clorox, the owners of the Clorox company. The distributor goes out, spends $2 million on inventory, and then I contact the distributor and then I buy it for like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 worth of Clorox. And once I purchase it, they go ahead and they send it to Amazon and Amazon warehouse. So it's sent it into my Amazon store, my storefront, but it's going to my inventory is going to an Amazon warehouse. So they
Okay.
go ahead and send it in. Amazon labels it for me. Amazon fulfills it for me. And all I have to do is match the price, whatever the price is the Clorox is selling for. I just match that price and I just start getting sales from there. So it's pretty that simple. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's a simple business. It really is a simple business. The reason why people fail is because they don't want to put in the work. You gotta put in the work. You have to.
Yeah, man. How'd you feel when you got your first sale?
It felt good though. My first profitable sale it really did feel good. It did come from the guy that I met in LA, but after that I got my own suppliers and started fulfilling, my own sales that I produce myself from my
Hmm.
own method. So that felt really good. Now it's just like scaling.
You mentioned a course earlier. Do you remember the name of the course? I want to link to it in the bottom of the description of the video.
Of course, I think I bought it last year. It was like early last year. I think it was Butte Crable's course.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're doing all this, you flipping phones, you know making a lot of money on Amazon, and then now you create content for YouTube. Tell me about how you got started with that, or what drove you to start your channel.
So YouTube, I love YouTube ever since elementary school. I was always watching YouTube. And I thought, I want to build a brand because I like helping people. I like hopping on one-on-one calls, trainings, and stuff like that. But, I was just always into cars and stuff like that. I like exotic cars, stuff like that. But
Hmm.
YouTube, I just loved it. I mean, I saw people building their brands off YouTube. It worked for them. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. Like I just went out, bought a camera, and I just started YouTubing. I did it the Gary Vee way. I didn't need all this uh mics and lighting and a backboard. Like I didn't do all that. I just bought a camera and just started YouTubing. So if you look at my early videos, it's bad quality. Everything's bad. But as now, like I bought a mic this week, so I have a
Okay.
mic now, and then I'm just trying to get better and better and better at it. But yeah, I just love YouTube. I just love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter about subscribers or anything like that. I just love it. I just like editing the videos, putting them out. I always wanted to be a YouTuber in some sort of way.
So I'm similar story in terms of the YouTube, but I've been super inconsistent, man. One of the things like I want to say back in the day, but it was really 10 years ago. I feel time is flying, man.
Yeah.
Um, was it yeah, like 2010-ish. My little brother, I recorded him on one of those flip cameras. They were real popular. The ones where the USB stick just kind of like pops out of the side. You plug it into your computer.
Oh,
I had one of them, recorded him, put him on YouTube, didn't get any hits. So what I did is I went in and I changed the title and I changed the tags to like Soldier Boy style. I put a song and something else in there, and dude, he started getting like 900 hits a day. He panned out at like 67,000, but I remember the rush of just hitting refresh, and the view count just kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. Um, didn't stick with it. Made some more videos later on, and um, wasn't the quality that I wanted, and the content wasn't there. That's kind of why I'm doing this. I want to interview entrepreneurs and creators because the whole premise of hustleunderdog.com is showing creators how to hustle and hustlers how to create. So, I interview cool people like yourself who are doing cool things on the internet so I can show my audience. But I say all that to say, man, with me just starting out on YouTube again, trying to get consistent, you got any tips for me? Any tips or tricks that you picked up on?
I picked up on, so I'm trying to mix in influencers, as in like, people who do the gold digger pranks. I'm trying to mix that in with entrepreneurs. So I see that I'm trying to mix it in. So what I see that's working for me is consistency is a big thing. Like it really is a big thing. I have a friend, he does YouTube video games, and I tell him like, yo, you need to post every like at least 2 times a week, and he took that advice, and now like his views are starting to ramp up, and I'm like, wow, like you have over 80 videos. Like he's been very consistent, and it's actually like working for him. Going viral is the last thing on my mind, and I try to put that in the last thing of his mind too. So going viral is always the goal, but it's very rare, especially if you're doing finance videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But YouTube, it's really the title and the thumbnail. I'm starting to see my thumbnails, the more simple I make them and the bigger I try to make my thumbnails now, very big worded and very simple, because I see Graham Stephan. I'm trying to like imitate his thumbnails and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just trying to, titles and thumbnails are really like big. Other than description, yeah, I really didn't see a difference in me changing up my description, but thumbnails and titles are like really big. They're really big.
Okay, good to know. For either your YouTube business or your YouTube channel or your Amazon business, do you have any software that you would recommend that would make either things easier, or like any go-to software that you're using right now?
Softwares, not really. I mean, yes, I use softwares for Amazon Wholesale, but I only use two. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only use for Amazon, I use Keepa.com, and then I use ScanUnlimited.com. That's all I use. And then for everything else, like social media and stuff, I don't really use any softwares. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm just
Yeah.
posting. And I know there's apps out there that you can schedule posts and stuff like that. Me, I'm just putting content out. Like I'm just doing it the Gary Vee way, just putting content, just put it out. Like if I want to automate it, I'll get to that later. But right now, I'm just putting it out. Just edit, put it out. So that's
Yeah.
basically what I'm doing.
Nice. What's the top book that you would recommend? Like, was there any books throughout your journey that you read that kind of changed the trajectory of your life, that either inspired you or anything like that?
Oh yes. But that's funny because I only read about 2 books. I don't. My whole high school, middle school, elementary career, teacher said I couldn't read, so I was like, maybe I can't. But I only read 2 books. But the one that really hit home was How to Win Friends and Influence People, because I was always the kid in the corner that never raised his hand, that never really, talked to people, that wasn't a popular kid in school. So How to Win Friends and Influence People actually taught me how to communicate with people and how to actually like build a bond with people, and actually started making friends, and how to actually talk to other entrepreneurs that are above you, or maybe even talk to people who are below you, and just how to treat people, in a way that they're going to remember you. That's really what hit home with that book.
Okay, yeah, I read that book as well. It's Dale Carnegie, right?
Yeah, Dale Carnegie. Yep.
Yep. And then for everybody who's watching, I'll link to it in the description. Really, really good book. I agree 100%. So, last question for you, man. Then leave me with some of your contact information. So if anybody wants to reach out, they can get in touch. But what would you, so somebody's going to watch this, right? And they're going to say, they're going to be either at the beginning of their Amazon journey, and they're going to watch this and say, wow, this guy, he's 20, he's doing 6 figures a year. He's only scaling up. He'll be a millionaire soon if he isn't already. And I want to follow this, and I want to be in his shoes soon. What would be your piece of advice for that person?
My advice. Hmm. I would say start now. That's my first advice. My second advice is to try to learn as much as you can before you spend a dollar. So try to minimize your mistakes, because mistakes can really set you back very far. So start now and try to reach out to as many 6 figures and 7 figures Amazon sellers. I don't care if they do private labeling or drop shipping. There's always new that you can learn. Just
Yeah.
try to be obsessed with the business, assess with Amazon, assess with your Amazon model if you're doing wholesale or anything else, any other model, and just be obsessed with it and just start. That's really it. And don't reinvent the wheel. Just listen to whatever these 6 figures, 7 figures say. Just listen to them, put in the work, be obsessed, and it will start to work out. It
Nice,
really.
man. You ever think about doing your own Amazon course?
I don't know. I don't right now. This year, probably not. Uh, I wasn't raised with much. I'm just a middle class kid. Like, um, I don't really care about money too much. I really just want to live a lifestyle that I feel. I just want to live. I want to travel. I want to buy
Yeah.
the car I want to buy. But at the end of the day, I just feel like running a business, you can't take that away from me that I know how to run a successful business. If I build a brand and sell a course, it's fine. I mean, I'm not knocking anyone who does that make millions,
Yeah.
but for me, it's just going to be icing on a cake. It's not going to really be my cake, if that makes sense.
Okay. I got you, man. So how can people, if somebody wants to reach out to you and ask you any questions, how can they get in touch with you?
Instagram, always on Instagram, at Nick, Nick, Dillahunt. So Dillahhunt. And my YouTube channel. So you can comment or just email me. So my last name, Dillahhunt 14 at gmail.com. So that's the best 3 ways to contact me.
Perfect, man. Well, hey, I'm not going to keep too much of your time, man. We're all set here. I'm going to post this on YouTube. I'll link to everything in the description. I'll put your contact information there. I'll link to your Instagram and all of that. So if people want to reach out. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our episode of, so I came up with this concept, man, and I'm calling it Hustle 101, but I don't know how I feel about it yet, but hustleunderdog.com is where it'll be posted as well as on our, my YouTube channel, man, because my whole thing this year is building a brand. And I'm not obsessed with Instagram, but I'm on there a pretty decent amount. And I'm like, yo, every YouTuber has a ton of Instagram followers, and not that followers matter, but I'm like, the social media thing intrigues me. So I'm like, all right, how can I build my follower base? And I realized I needed to add value. So this is one of the ways that I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I'll tag you and everything to make sure that you get the followers and the contacts and whatever else comes with, providing this level of value, dude. So, thanks for your time, man. And I'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right, man. I appreciate it.